not points, but if you get a lot of points here, you have a fantastic chance to get in. And even if you don't make it through Gauntlet, you get even more chances in the future to get towards this final. So it is a perfect opportunity. We're starting things off here over on Rondo. I'm sure some of you may have seen this map previously over on some of our other PMSLs. If it's your first time tuning in, we do have a new map in. It is this one. It has the recall system that the guys on the desk were talking about, and the one gal, of course, which allows you to get back into the match should they get knocked and flushed. It's an interesting mechanic. It does make it quite chaotic at times.
Absolutely. If you're wondering, where can I find these recall beacons? Well, it's the handy green hearts all over the map. They'll be visible on the mini-map as well, but it looks like we're already in for a fast start here. R8 dropping down with Alpha 7 over on the northwest side. Blank. It looks like Alpha 7, though, they've already taken a knock and a flush. But remember, the recall beacons exist, so it's not all done and dusted for the player from Alpha 7. As a second falls as well, I think it's time to turn tail and get on out of there.
I think they actually do already have an outpost ready to res if needs be from the guys on Alpha 7. So that's fine. Should be okay. I think that when you look at this over on Rondo as well, what you typically see, decent nade to start off with too, and ID7 looks to move up. Ida, sorry. Memori.
Dangerous though. Secure has a shotgun. Oh, he's only got 2 more rounds though. One. No, we can't find it. The AKM in the back pocket though, and the swap out is good for the turn of the spray, but the vents don't keep him safe. A couple more breathing holes than he would like there and get slashed to bits in the end. RA able to get a lot of points in the meantime, Blank. We've got another hot drop going on between Virtus Pro and Ulf. Is that a full squad wipe, or is that just a flush coming through? I think
it's scrappy. It's scrappy. It always is really scrappy at the start here as well. Mark finding Revo. Alpha 7 looked to get back into the mix here, in fact, after that double knock occurred upstairs. Squeeze out underneath. JS9. Pretty decent submachine gun exclusive to Rondo. Memori's looking for the parachutes. Not seeing any just yet. Alpha 7 back up to 3 now. Again, as I was saying before, the typical strategy is to send 3 in towards the location you want to control. You have 1 outpost sent over towards the recall beacon.
Ooh, what's the battle of the M249s? Plenty of lead being thrown either way. Not too much connecting though, but in the end it was Marso to win that little duel there. You can see we've already got a lot of elims on the cards, Blank, but only 2 people are currently flush. And only 1 player has gone down. Orangutan have lost 1. And it looks like R8 and Alpha 7 aren't done just yet either.
R8's actually profiting quite a lot of this, actually. 5 points already on the game. It's very fantastic. Kriel from the distance of skiers having to send away now. And R8 may just get 6 points from Alpha 7 total, which is a little bit weird considering they're a 4-man squad. But R8, fantastic stuff.
I think this is the first time I've seen a team get more than 4 points on a hot drop. Yeah, certainly in Rondo. I'm talking about the Rondo recall system, because we've hypothesized, what's the maximum number of points you can get from one team. It looks like R8 are trying to set that record right now. Goodness me. Okay. If you get 6 or 7 points from a single team, I mean, they're called Alpha 7, right? Maybe that's because they're worth 7 points.
Yeah, we'll take 7 off them. Into the sun. Oh, screen was illuminating half the stage. I don't really switch the phone up to 120% on the brightness.
Hey, they can handle it, those phones. They got all the bells and whistles. Thunder Talk.
Oh, bring sunglasses in.
Off the wall. Yeah, I don't think they put sunglasses on your face. I think they're just short of that feature. But everything else, they pretty much got it on lock. Mad Ball's crashing in, and Kara, Tulika spots one of them. And Moss has to crawl back upstairs. Remember, the recall beacon's still active, still accessible potentially, although it's going to get harder in the middle of the circle, which is where we find ourselves right now, Blank. It is going to be a little bit more difficult to find those regions. One of them just went up massively in value. I'm expecting that they've regrouped to the east now. No real reason to stay on that western side one. Get a move on, because that recall is so valuable for you. And Rick and Kaya want to keep that one under control. Alpha 7 still has 2, by the way, in the northwest side. And they are...
That possibility pose more risks, most likely. So I think that teams do struggle with this idea of making those bold plays. I think if you go down to 1 or 2 players, I think it's absolutely fine to try and go for one of those maneuvers. It's probably not going to work out, but if it does, you salvage the game off the back of it. But I think playing as 3 is absolutely fine if you are center.
Ooh, nades over the top. This is Kara down to 2 now as Wolves took their 3rd player out. So it's just Lewis and CEO, and nade bounces on the backboard, and it manages to land on target. The circle shifts out to the side, so this has the hurry up on the fight, and I think that Mad Bulls is just going to be able to close this one down here and now. CEO, though, has something to say. A nade out through the door, stops first breach, gives him a little bit more time to play with. Teams are going to be leaving from around them, so not too much danger of third party as nades start to bounce on in, and he goes down to a compartment in the basement. Too much to handle. CEO, you're fired.
Give him the old basketball maneuver there as well, bounced it off the floor into his face. I love that nade. You'll see those all that often. It's just very messy right now. I mean, we didn't really talk about the circle too much, but this has shifted over towards the eastern side. There's a lot of space down towards the southern edge of Yongu right now on Jadana City that is available. This circle could push towards as well. Most teams are sat down towards Tulane right now on the south side. Huge amount of water involved. It's a very uncomfortable circle, very, very uncomfortable. You can tell that just by this terrain you're looking at right here. It's, you know, small divots to play in, small defiles you can set up, but other than that, very rough. And I mean, this is where you really want to be able to use the destructible terrain to your advantage, right? Being able to bomb out some of these areas with the nades, create those small craters is going to be very, very useful. More so than this is having buildings like GS. That does make your life a lot easier.
Yeah, that's a big advantage right now coming in through on that south side, a little bit closer to Tulane. I think the teams on the south are going to have a little bit cleaner of a time for now, but I think as things move forward, it is the teams further up towards the north.
Set all this up, and we are not going to go towards the eastern side, so I won't talk about it until that happens. In the meantime, Thunder talks over towards that central arena, like you said, alongside with DX Xavier. Well, maybe I do need to talk about it. Completely undefined. Right, completely undefined. I'd say it was slightly more over towards that northeastern side in terms of land. But yeah, I think that you just have to, you pretty much have to stick to your guns here. If you're Alpha 7, you are having a great time off the back of this. Mad Bulls moving into Geekay. Very, very bad stuff here happening for them. But luckily, Flip's on the outside. Wonderful off-angle player, but then he's got two enemies to deal with here in front of him. Safji and Ragnarok. See what Flip can get done here. He's very good when it comes to the clutches, usually, for Mad Bulls.
Oh, Ragnarok rolls on in and finds the two players. I think there might have been three on the middle there for the Mad Bulls. Flip with a nade on in, looking to try and stop Ragnarok from doing any more damage here. But the rest of his team has melted. He might be an off-angle player, but now he is the angle. And we'll have to try and find something.
Nice.
A real big re-knock there as Ragnarok actually has to send around the edge. But fortunately, he is kowtowed down behind as Regnum Kaya chime into the fight. There's off angles everywhere, Blank. This is the messy area we were talking about. This northern road, so difficult.
That's a bold push. Very, very bold push from Flip here. He's been taking a little bit of damage from behind, hoping this nade goes through. Regnum Kaya completely stymieing his approach. I think it's a very smart play from Ragnarok as well to immediately switch back over towards the rest of the team. It put the pressure on Flip in a big way where he had to speed up his gameplay, accelerate a little bit because it meant his teammates dying. And Ragnarok might just get... I think getting the full team res is going to be a bit difficult. Maybe if he cleaned this up slightly sooner. There's a slight indecision here, and now Regnum Kai should be able to clean up the pieces nice and easily.
There we go. They are indeed eliminated. Regnum Kaya now up to 5 elims. They've lost one of their players, but there's still plenty of firepower for them to play with, and 5 points. It's not a bad game by any stretch. Now, we head over to the route out of Jejina City, the bridge mouth here where Arena have sat. DRX were up in the buildings for a long time, and now they want to exert more control over the area and get past this Arena blockade on this northeast side. But R8 are pushing in from the west. They're already up to 7 elims, Blank. They've had a hot start to the game, and they want to continue taking out Hyunbin like it's nothing.
Hyunbin going down is pretty problematic. I mean, Hyunbin's probably one of DRX's better players as well. So him going out early there is pretty tough. Soaz now has a very, very big task ahead of him. But I would say that, you know, probably second best on the team here for the squad. Is able to take out one, making this into a 3v3 versus R8. Now, R8 could continue the warpath here since taking down the Brazilian squad in Alpha 7. Look to push out now. There is enemies all around, though.
Ooh, giving them the quick start steps, but it's not going to phase them at all. R8 have been through the ringer already, and they know the tricks of the trade. They'll move up to the north side now because Arena are struggling against one. They're getting mashed up across the road. What on earth just happened over there? R8, the major profit makers, though, on this engagement on the south side with IQ over the horizon. They continue to push up north.
Yeah, I mean, disgusting Molotov going through from QXZ. He's able to fight a lot of damage. Luckily, Prestige is able to move around the side, get the backstab, but he was putting up a valiant fight. Well, I don't know what to say here. This is such an evil circle to start off the day. In fact, just to start off PMGC in general. And Alpha 7 get incredibly lucky with this one. I think that's the play you have to make if you're a two-man squad, is you head to the unknown side of the map, which in this case is northeast. But they get so lucky this continuing to be in the circle in stage 5. I mean, by stage 5, you're usually assuming the circle to pick one of two landmasses to go to. But because it has been so central each time, the algorithm basically just says, well, we just have to split.
Yeah, it's a real nasty circle right now. And I mean, at the start of the game, playing like lemmings, you think that Alpha 7 do need to have a little bit of an uptick on performance there. As a rotate comes through for the Wolves, they're trying to crash on in. They do not have any other option. Thunder Talk are going to be on the defense here. Plenty of teams trying to crunch their way through, as well as R8 try and move up north towards the IQ position, but they are finally falling. With 12 elims, though, they've already had a banger of a game. A nade onto the outside leaves just the one player now. Baton for Wolves alive up on the wall, dancing around, trying to find an opening, but it's not being presented. Thunder Talk playing solid, stalwart on their defense, and there's nothing doing. Now he's at long range with the shotgun, and he's got to keep the lead pouring out, but it's not going to be enough to get all three. But goodness me, it was close.
I mean, it's the correct move. It's the correct move from Thunder Talks. It was slightly less glamorous than they were hoping potentially, but it is the right move. Is to send 3 out on a quick spin there to take down Baton, because the way he was running around, I think they realized that they were just going to be wasting nades, sending out the window, hoping for something like that. If they get this done right now, it means they can have a lot more pressure over towards the future. DXavier played a blinder here on this game, moving over towards that northeastern position after seeing that circle and getting it done so effectively. APG with some good nades as per usual, but one is sent back their way in Scarface as well as Ketch, doing a huge amount of damage. Now APG down to just Doc on a sliver of HP.
And we talked about them a lot earlier, Blank. DXavier making that rotate in has really paid off. I mean, the circle's helped, but they have managed to maintain that position on the north side here. They are not across the water. They are still on that southwest side, and they're rotating through. They've had oversight so many of these fights. I mean, it was all brilliant nades just then, but none of them really mattered for the teams throwing them because of so much pressure coming through from DXavier's position.
They have held a really nice 4-man split as well, which I'm sure the desk will talk about at some point, but being able to do that towards the tree line is not easy. There's plenty of positions teams could backstab you from, but I think they were keeping tabs on the circle very, very well. And immediately, as you saw there, as soon as the team got anywhere close, that's where they started to open up. VP, who did fantastically well within their own region, now have set themselves up beautifully on this north side. They're one of the last to the circle as well. They're on a similar trajectory to Alpha 7, so both teams had similar ideas here. But in their case, VP has 4 players as opposed to Alpha 7 2, so has a much larger chance at taking this game. I think for DXavier, it's a tall task ahead of them, right? They need to take down most of the teams on the western side, and then they need to get initial knockover towards Virtus Pro to enable even a swim to take place. I think if you were to put money on this match, fake Monopoly money, of course, you'd probably be betting that on VP.
Yeah, I think that is the smart money right now. I think you might be right on that one. IQ trying to leave, GS dropping down, trying to find one of their backstops, and they will be able to do so fairly simply. I mean, the rotate necessary coming through from IQ. They're rotating up, and Prestige, who did manage to get out of this one, does finally fall down, will fall to IQ, and they will stop at 13 elims. Blank, almost 50% of their points this match have come through from Alpha 7. Pretty fantastic, if you ask me. Thunder Talk now pushing in as well from that western edge.
Yeah, look to push through APG. Top and Doc were able to get back up the position. It's a cracking nade. A lot of splash damage on that bad boy. Flashed his own teammate, but he had eyes on. That was the main thing, right? He had eyes on. So the flash didn't matter. They mainly flashed Doc there.
It's all shock and awe. You know, they're just rolling on in. Big bang, big boom. They know where the player is.
Throw the stun grenade.
If you're both flashed and only one of you knows where the other one is, that's an easy win.
It's
hey, look at
win.
this. Alpha 7. They've managed to find some divots very early across the way. Talked about them before. And now here we are, with them being given a massive amount of circle luck to keep themselves in this one.
Wow, what a lob from Parajun. Very, very long on the nade there. But Thunder Talks get up effectively. And DXavier have nothing to say about it. 7 elims so far for the Thunder Talks. And overall, I would say the team play is phenomenal this game. I've been very impressed with maybe not the mechanical skill, but the decision making overall has been very, very good from Thunder Talks.
DXavier with 2 players now, holding off against 3. But it's Lamball to fall, leaving just Nate T left. He is closer to the water, and Thunder Talk do need to move on in, move a little bit closer here as the nades continue to roll on out. This is a bit more of a difficult push now. Virtus Pro may have oversight to some of these side angles that Thunder Talk are going to want to use to approach this situation, so it could be a little bit harder. That deployable cover as well, airdropping on in, giving them that concrete barrier, keeping them safe. But Alpha 7, they're still alive, by the way, and they've taken down DXavier.
That's an annoying one for Thunder Talks. I think they were just about to get that knock as well. But Alpha 7 salvaging this game as best as possible. I think it was only doable through this.
What on earth?
Yeah, this is rude. It's very rude. Thunder Talks might win this game. I might be wrong. I think for Virtus Pro, I mean, all things considered, this absolutely made sense for Virtus Pro to win this game. And I think that I would be lying to myself to say that I made a mistake. I don't think I did. I think it's just a case that Circle's messing with us all right now. But for Thunder Talks, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think that just off the back of this game, there's been multiple moments where I thought that the team plays very, very good, which is usually something that is quite present in...
But India getting themselves at least top 4 to start things off with. But a cop has been discovered by a detective in King.
Be able to take him down. 3 teams now remain. 4 players for Virtus Pro. They're split 2 and 2. A nade here could be dangerous. Could cause themselves to bleed out a little bit further. But this is the time that Virtus Pro are going to use to flex out. They're really needing to control Alpha 7 here. And Thunder Talk can't take shots over towards their backstop with these front 2 playing it. Virtus Pro playing on a knife's edge right now, but it's working. A nade over the top, over towards Xing. Milky Way might drop down into the path of the nade, but the work has already been done. AJ getting taken down to the last player to stand for them. And the players across the way, Carrillo is chiming in too.
So
Thunder Talk up against the wall, and Virtus Pro have played this masterfully.
I mean, you might have a 2v2 here, though, between Alpha 7 and Virtus Pro going over towards that end game, depending on how AJ plays out these final moments. A lot of indecision there coming through from Thunder Talks. And there you go. This is exactly what I was talking about. Aragon now has to hit the deck. There is shots from the sideline. Obscure has to be clean with this one. He is not. And Malloy is providing support. Carrillo with it all down to him now in these final moments.
And he will not be able to meet the mark. Virtus Pro able to claim that Northern Shore on a deadly circle on Ron.
You wanted to talk about that actually instead of going for the aggressive approach, went a little bit slow here, and that allows them to secure 9 points on this first game. 9 points, top 4 is exactly what they needed to start the day off right start. All of PMGC off right? But I really liked what they did there because they knew R8 was right next to them, and they thought, listen, if we third party DRX and E-Arena, then R8 are just going to third party us. We're going to leapfrog all of this, let R8 do that third party, and then we're just going to gatekeep them the whole time. And that got them those placement points. They were able to full send it to the middle and get top 4, a brilliant play. And this is what I'm saying, they're a smart team. They know what they're doing against these local teams. Yeah,